Steve Mionti here. It's snowing outside. Well, actually, we have like 2 feet of snow outside. It's not snowing now, but it will be again very soon. And the junkyards right now are covered in snow, so can't go back until 2 feet of snow melt. So until then, let's be inside and mess around with some obscure model car manufacturing companies. This is Aurora, which most people remember from their monster series, the Hollywood monsters, you know, the graveyard guys, whatnot. But this is the Mod Squad station wagon, very uncommon model. A good one, too. It shows the Mod Squad, which I think was on the air for 2 years, 1970, 71, something like that. This kit is from 1969 or 70, not sure, but original deal right here. Not been re-released that I know of. But again, nice kit. Opening doors, opening hood, molded in black plastic. Kind of a bummer. You can see that the body is kind of warped. You can see it's got a bit of it's hogging. In the world of shipping, it's called hogging when the bottom of the ship starts to bow downward. But with that said, I can fix this. I've had to decide to build it. I probably won't build it, but with that said, cool little model. Something that most people don't realize, these things actually did have mahogany panels in here. It was the real cars. It was 1/8 thickness, an 1/8 inch thick mahogany paneling inside here. Steel structures, but maple or other woods, hardwoods outside. But that's definitely mahogany inside of the doors and these panels right here. So it was definitely a Woody for sure. The last of the real Woodies were 1948 cars, real wood, structural wood inside, but 49, 50, and 50, and last 3 years of this stuff here. 52 brought on all steel wagons from Ford and Mercury. Anyway, now we know. Kit's very good. Little replicas in 25th scale of the Mod Squad team people, the kids. I think also a surfboard, because they're a mod after all. If you're a mod, you surf, Southern California. Decent little chrome tree, nice chrome wheels on here. Mod stuff, open wheel stuff, and little hubcaps, or air cleaners, I believe, these things here. I'm not sure what those are. Anyway, a big parts tree, still in its original bag, but the rear axle, model Spicer, you know, good stuff. Front suspension's got coil springs and decent little replica thereof. And cool, good tires, not a bad set of tires on these things. The tires on these things are also shared with the Aurora Pontiac, or the Ferrari GTO, the Aston Martin, the XKE Jaguar. So white wall inserts go in these things here. So basically these are same tires we use in many Aurora model kits, including the Avanti, which means forward in Italian, but a great kit right here. Once again, opening doors, beautiful box art once again on this thing here. And on the side, you can see what it looks like. Sort of a country setting with a cowboy, a horse, a rodeo setting right there. And the kit itself is just as good as the Mod Squad Woody. Opening doors and opening hood. And beautiful modeling. This one's not hogging. It's not sagging. It's in good shape. The mold is decent on this. And once again, the original parts in the black plastic bag, molded in black and coffee colored. The original rear axle in this thing here, of course, all the bits and pieces, leaf springs and stuff, all there. Brake drum detail in these things. And once again, those tires with the sidewall insert, these are the same tires seen in the Mod Squad and also in the Ferrari GTO, the Jaguar XKE. Aurora used the same tire tool for all these kits. And once again, you know, high degree of detail, including the inner fenders, the floor pan right there. Of course, the Avanti was a fiberglass car with a steel frame out of the Studebaker Hark chassis. A little luggage here for the trunk, and the trunk opens, of course, to reveal a spare tire. Even the padding on the dashboard right here, because Avanti was a safety car before there were such things as a safety car. Beautiful chrome on these things. Nice Avanti-styled chrome hubcaps right there, which go on top of the steel wheels. Nice detail. The bumpers are beautiful. Of course, the doors, inner and outer doors, and they're hinged. They actually function and work. Kind of a neat thing. And even the rims, there's on the brake drums, there's lug nut detail studs. You can see the 5 holes right there cast into, molded into the backing plates right there, the 5 lug wheels. So a lot of detail, even hidden details on these things. It was quite nice. And I won't say by contrast, but AMT also get in on the Aurora game with their own version of it. It's not the same thing. They didn't share the tooling, but this is the AMT version, which came along in 1965, around the same time. And the same 1/25th scale, same opening doors. Doesn't have an opening trunk, though, so points to Aurora for going for the opening doors. Again, same body on frame. Once again, fiberglass body on the Avanti. And these are Avanti 1s with the round headlights. Avanti 2s, I think midway through 1964 or 63, the square headlight version came along. But these are all first version Avantis with the round headlights. And like all AMT kits, can be built many different, several ways, custom or drag. You can see the big American Racing fat wheels in the back, some 5-slot wheels, the original hubcaps, some chrome wheels and stuff. Lots of goodies. AMT rocked it out of the park. They usually had very good extra parts. Some some Halbrand wheels right there. This is the modern release of this kit from round 2. It's just as good as the original was. But again, a nice piece right here. Whether you liked your AMT or your Aurora Avanti, you can take your pick, but don't choose this one. This is the Palmer Plastics version. Why is it not good? Well, the box is very misleading, I should say, but for 98 cents, you know, it's a good price. If mom doesn't want to spend $2.25 on a real model kit, she'd get you the Palmer piece. But the downside is when you open the box, you got this. Instead of the beautiful work by Aurora, you get this 2-piece body with the roof that goes on. Quite a difference, right? 99 cents, 98 cents, $2.25 for these things. I think I'll take the $2.25 to get what you pay for. These are also kind of horrible little models because the chassis detail is minuscule. And I mean, the box art is the best thing in these kits. Oh, here's the rest of it. Here's the roof right here. You glue this thing onto the body and you theoretically get yourself an Aurora, an Avanti. And all the bits and pieces glue on, and you got to use some really good glue with this thing. Testers is kind of problematic because testers take some time to dry. So you have to have some rubber bands and some clothespins or whatever to hold these things together while the glue sets. I use cyanoacrylate super glue on my model cars. The tires are horrible, these hard plastic things. The wheels press in, and that's the hubcap thing right there. It looks kind of like an Avanti. Well, it's a generic kind of a wheel on that thing right there. But anyway, you know, the Avanti from AMT or Aurora or Pyro, which would you take? Pyro? Palmer, same thing. Anyway, that's the story of the Palmer, Aurora. And before we move on, Aurora also did some other stuff. 1/32 scale. This is the GTO, 65 GTO. The box art's nice. I don't have the kit, but I dare say it's probably pretty decent. Probably sort of no hood opening, no engine detail, but it's a good little model right here for sure. Beautiful box art. And of course, Aurora also made other model kits too in 1/32 scale. These are just a few of them right here, but I prefer I'd say the Woody is my preferred one. These are actually pretty rare kits. These are also fairly common. On eBay, you can find these things for under $100. These are like $200 if you can find them. So anyway, that's the story of unsung model kits from America's modeling past. We'll be back to the junkyard within a week, I hope. This 1.5 foot of snow will melt, and if that happens, when it happens, we'll go right back to the junkyard and get away from the model car history here. But until then, thank you for watching this video.